Hi, I'm Isabel. I'm a portrait designer, and this is a review of going from Excel to numbers. And for more reviews like this, just click below. I just like, I kind of have all my papers like scattered everywhere. And when you have to keep track of um, your spending on everything, because when you own a business, you have lots of different things that you spend your money on. And they have to go into different categories for each time for when you do your taxes at the end of the year. So I kind of had my papers all over the place, and then I was like, oh, I need to get myself sorted out. And I started out with Excel, and then I was like, it's so robust, which is great for if you're an accountant. But if you just have like a little small business and you're not having to crunch tons and tons of numbers, and you also still want your reports to look kind of pretty, like numbers is kind of the way to go. And so that's why I switched over to numbers. I found numbers to be best for if you want to have real kind of like a stunning presentation of what's going on with the data that's it, or the numbers that's going on in your business. So when I was like, oh, I need to see like how these things look, and you tell numbers to go ahead and do the full presentation, it's kind of like they'll show you graphs like almost like in 3D, and everything is just like spaced out very nicely, and it can do all the computations that I needed from Excel. It doesn't do as many as Excel, but I didn't need like the way more that Excel could do. And so I just was like, oh, I think I'm fine with numbers, and it makes the pretty charts, and I see exactly where everything is going. I think Microsoft Excel is best if you're like an accountant or something like that, because they have they already have like a lot of the formulas already like pre-programmed into Excel, and then they also have just way more things that you can compute for. I mean, like Excel goes so deep. It's almost like they have like 200 more things that they can do over numbers just to like compute out all kinds of different things that are going on. Which is again why I think it's great for someone who's like an accountant. But if you're just a small business, and in my case, I'm in the luxury market, so I take very few clients per year. I just didn't need all of that amazing, computation that Excel can do, which I think is great for people who need that. I just didn't need it. Both of them, I think it was pretty simple. Like, you can, I mean, you start it up on your computer, you load it into your computer, you start it up, and it's immediately showing you like, here are different templates, here's different things that you can do. Excel is a little bit easier in that it already has a lot of the computations already on there, and then you can just say, oh, I am figuring this out today, and then you just can plug in your numbers and it will immediately get it for you. Numbers, it gives you those same types of like, hey, are you going to figure this thing out? It just doesn't have as many of them preloaded like Excel does. Well, my main considerations were at first were, am I going to be able to just keep track of where all my spending is going, and then since I'm so visual, I was like, oh, this is great, because now it also gives me all of these different graphs, and I can see percentages, and I can see just how different things load. And it just made it visually so much easier to just get the overall picture of like, hey, I spent way more money on maybe marketing this year, and but that ended up proving to be a good thing because I made this much more money in return off of this one marketing thing. So yeah, I was just trying to get like, I guess, a good picture of what was happening with the money that I was spending in my business.